Hello everyone, welcome to Torn Away. It's time for another playthrough that specifically scratches my history itch, and this is about the Ostarbeiter, I believe they were. I did a little bit of research on this before starting because it was just an interesting topic. This is specifically about the civilians and stuff that were captured and taken to work in labor camps for Germany during World War I in some of the areas that Germany occupied. Based off of the little bit of research that I did do, it seems like it was mostly Poles that were working here, people from Poland, and it also seems like there were quite a bit of people from like modern day Ukraine and just other areas of the Soviet occupied region. So just a bunch of family and children that were torn away, as the name suggests, from their families to work in a labor camp. So really depressing stuff, but it's interesting to see media and stuff cover these kinds of topics, and it's always nice to learn something new about history, so let's go ahead and hop in. Dedicated to all children and civilians affected by war. And support each other. A nice message. And also, this specifically is based off of diaries that were specifically collected from Soviet children during this time, apparently. That's where these stories come from. It uses a primary source.
Ася, ну хватит ворон считать, и дальше спать.
Внимание! Говорит Москва. Сегодня в 4 часа утра, без всякого объявления войны, германские вооруженные силы атаковали границы Советского Союза. Началась Великая Отечественная война.
Oof. I am sticking with the original language as well, because this absolutely feels like something that is best consumed with the original language of the people that went through it in mind. And it does just give such an important message, so it would feel weird.
Дурной сон приснился.
It would feel weird to change the language in a game like this. And I don't want to do that. I want to experience it as intended, so let's go.
О-хо-хо.
Не переживай ты так, все хорошо.
Тоже мне хорошо. А кто вчера всю ночь ревел?
Madam seems very aggressive.
Будет тебе, барыня. Сегодня уже новый день. Да к тому же особенный.
Думаешь, она помнит?
Про день рождения мамы? Да помню, конечно.
А я вот не сомневался. Уже придумала, что дарить будешь?
Еще нет.
Ну как же так?
Зато у меня есть список того, что мама любит. Всю ночь составляла.
Похвально. Расскажешь нам, что ты туда записала?
Я не помню.
Значит, надо заглянуть в список.
Ну да, заглянуть. А это не его ты вчера порвала и по всей комнате разбросала?
Не твое дело.
Что же вы, право слово. Сейчас мы все найдем, склеим и совсем разберемся.
Alright, and we have WASD for movement. Alright, really like the art style of this. It looks quite nice. So, let's go ahead and go. I don't actually have a mouse. I expected to have a mouse. Maybe this is better played with controller? Maybe? Left stick movement? And then, okay, yeah, this is definitely better played with controller, I think. Despite it being like, I was thinking it was going to be like a point and click kind of thing, but I wasn't actually close enough. That was the problem. Interact. All the poor children and families affected by war. Most of the information I have in the studies I've done pertain to World War I. So I actually know significantly less about World War II. but a lot of similar things happened, at least to the civilians and stuff.
Определенно художественный талант.
This
А у
does
тебя
remind
должно быть
me.
очень хорошее зрение.
С чего ты взяла? Я уже не молод.
Madam is so rude, so mean, madam.
Ну, раз смог хоть что-то увидеть в этих каракулях.
Спасибо, Аркаш.
This does remind me of the game This War of Mine, which is a very, very, very fantastic game, and I believe proceeds specifically for one of their DLCs straight up went to children affected by war, which is incredibly, incredibly nice.
О, куда пропали все карандаши?
Да по квартире разбросаны, небось.
Ничего не разбросано. Я прекрасно знаю, где их оставила.
Me too, Azia, me too.
В это даже мне поверить непросто.
Alright.
Этих карандашей мне не хватит. Где же я их оставила?
It said I could interact with this. This is just drag and drop. Ah, there we go.
Я и не знал, что ты ведешь записи.
Только не смотрите, я свой дневник никому не даю читать.
Да больно нужно.
Alright. We can't look at the diary. Can I drag and drop the... No, I cannot. It is specifically interesting that, from what I could tell, it seems like most of the people affected by this particular movement in history were the Polish, because, God, the Polish got it, like, they got screwed over so much in World War I and World War II. Just people constantly moving in and out of their territory. Someday it's the Germans, someday it's the Russians, sometimes it's the Austrians, like, just everybody
Вот бы
just coming in.
накачать его, запрыгал бы как новенький.
Да с ней все равно никто не играет во дворе.
God, madam, can you not? Can you leave me
Вот и
alone, please?
Первый кусочек списка. Теперь нужно отыскать остальные.
Of course, having it set to the default language does make it just harder to watch unless you can speak the language, but I feel for something like this, it's just very, very important to have it in the language that it was made in. It's just one of those
Какие же
games.
вкусные конфеты были. Фантики до сих пор пахнут шоколадом.
I see.
Ага, да, обсыпала тебя тогда знатно.
Это не повод отказывать себе в удовольствии.
Hold, aid, pull, and rotate. It's got a squirrel, and I cannot read that. I cannot read that. It is always interesting playing these types of games too, because I can see what different kind of people actually watch my my videos and stuff. Because I've played some things before, and people were like, "Wow, it was crazy to experience this from your perspective as someone that lives here." I know it happened in one of the demos that I played, and also what was it? The one game I played that I believe was based. I think was it Filipino? I can't quite remember what that game was, and I can't quite remember the name of it either. But it's happened quite a few times, and of course, like Pentiment with people that like knew German and things like that. So, jump, hiya, boom.
Ты мне еще пригодишься.
This will come in handy later. You're telling me I grabbed this from jumping? Little known fact about Soviet-occupied children, specifically in like the 30s, 40s. When they jump, time freezes. It's a very, very good power. Thank you. You have to jump to reach your shelf. That's a problem. That's a problem, kid. You need your shelf lower. Let's see. Ooh, book.
Раньше мама читала мне по вечерам.
Ты теперь такая взрослая и сама неплохо справляешься, правда ведь?
Угу.
Yeah, Mom's probably occupied with a lot of things right now.
Вот вернется папа, снова пойдете запускать их по ручью.
Woof.
Скорее бы.
Woof. Based off of war stories and stuff, I do not quite know if, Dad is coming back, because Dad was probably conscripted. Okay, so the books pertain to the same thing here, no matter what. Alright, so we got one pencil. So the pencil's in the cup now.
Куда пропали все?
Да по квартире.
Ничего.
Yeah, we know. I was just checking. So, yeah, 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4 pieces of the list we can see up there specifically. So, we probably just need to leave the room, I guess, now.
Ну что, прокатимся?
Да я из таких игр уже выросла.
Ну, как знаешь, милая.
I like that we specifically talk to our plushies and stuff like that, and they all have different personalities.
Что-то мне не хочется с тобой разговаривать.
Ну и не разговаривай.
Okay, I'm telling you, Madam's rude. Madam's an ass.
Список найти сначала, а то мы подарок не успеем сделать до прихода мамы.
Да, ты прав.
Okay, so I didn't think there were more picture pieces down here.
Этих карандашей мне не хватит.
Those are just my 2 collected pieces right there. That there's got to be more stuff around here. Where else would I? Oh, the drawers, of course. Yeah. Take the drawers, of course, and there's another piece. Okay, so I need one more piece. And yeah, we're definitely missing something else. Let's see, this was all just the candies. And there was nothing else behind the ball. It is giving me a prompt for a hint because I'm taking too long. But, jump. So we can interact with this
Вот
still?
вернется папа.
Скорее бы.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it specifically wants me to spin this, possibly? Is this made out of, something? No? I was wondering if we were gonna, like, unfold it and it would be one of the pieces here. But, it seems no. Huh. Where would the last thing be hiding, then? Hey!
От винта!
Истребитель, не иначе.
Ой, не одобряю я такие игры.
Yeah, no, they would definitely have fighter planes in World War II, considering that was first introduced in World War I. Just the very concept of using aircraft in wartime. One of the documentaries that I've actually seen, the first confirmed aerial kill was actually not from a fighter plane in World War I. It was one person that I believe was trying to escape a prison camp or something like that, or was just hijacking a plane and trying to escape. And they were a pilot, and these planes specifically were not equipped with guns yet. The first aerial kill was actually from this person because he actually shot the other pilot down with his handheld firearm, which I think is amazing. So, little tidbit. I can't quite get the specific details of it now, and I don't even remember what nationality the person was. But just an interesting little historical
Смотрите, как
tidbit.
тянется к солнышку.
А, еще поливать бы его не забывала.
Okay, so there's my other
Цветок
bit
на
of the
цветочек.
thing. Yeah, there's that.
О, это был последний. Давай сядем за стол и разберемся, что к чему.
Okay, so did that. Now, there's nothing I can interact with here. I'm still missing 2 pencils, though. Still missing 2 pencils, but it said they're probably scattered about the apartment, so maybe there's not any more in the room. The only other thing I could think of is maybe... Okay, I was thinking maybe I could crouch and look under my bed, but no, it doesn't seem like I can. So, yeah, maybe they're outside of my room. Let's figure this out first. So, put that there. Put that there. This goes over here. And then this goes over here.
Готово.
Так, Давай посмотрим.
Mom loves dad, listening to music, my drawings, and me. Oh. Yeah, so you tore this up, and I was like, why did you tear it up? Did you two specifically have a fight? And it seems like you probably did, considering that me is scratched out.
Да, это ты хорошо подметила. Ты вечно ее расстраиваешь.
You're so rude.
Не говори глупости. Екатерина Семеновна всех любит. Даже тебя, барыня.
Even you. I love the banter between my toy horse and Madam.
Ну-ну.
Да, у тебя к этому талант. Можно нарисовать, будто папа вернулся.
Точно.
Let's first read Mom Loves. Oh, it won't let me actually, so.
Может включить патефон к ее приходу? Это создаст праздничное настроение.
Mm-hmm.
Надо зашить, наконец, папину варежку.
Okay. Min Dad's Mitten. Okay, we can view notes by going to... Ooh! Press and point to read. To my darling daughter, happy birthday from Mom. Oh, that's our journal. Yeah, okay. Dear Diary, Mom gave you to me quite a long time ago. When I started first grade, I felt like there was nothing to write about before, though. Then the war started, Dad went to the front lines, and I began to think about things more often. I want to get into the good habit of writing everything down. Maybe it'll at least make Mom happy. July 1st, 1942. Okay, flip through. Mom is in a really bad mood today. I wanted to introduce her to my friends, Madam and Arkasha, but she told me not to make things up and that instead I should read the books that I was assigned at school for the summer. Or rather, the books she assigned. It's hard being the teacher's daughter. Who cares about books when there's so much going on? I've been drawing a lot lately. I don't know if I'm good at it, but as Dad says, what matters is if you like it. That's true. Oh, Daddy, we miss you so much. Oh, this is going to be a depressing game, isn't it? Ugh. Haven't written for a long time. Haven't been in the mood. I mean, of course, yeah, wow. Shocker, Quasi. The game about wartime orphans being sent to labor camps. Yeah, no, that's going to be a ray of sunshine, I'm sure. I haven't written for a long time. I haven't been in the mood. Summer is turning out to be a bit pointless. None of the neighborhood kids want to talk to me, so most of the time I just go for walks alone. And sometimes I play on the swings. But the weather is nice. I spend most of the time with my toys. August 15th, 1942. I wish I knew more about World War II so I could specifically pinpoint like what sort of stuff would specifically be happening around this time period, but point? Oh. Come on. There we go. This is Arcady, my hobby horse. Dad made it for me in the village when I was really little. Arkasha always knows how to comfort me. So, it's specifically having me point at specific passages. So I tried to point at this earlier. Okay, it wouldn't let me read it. I was going to see the time, but I guess it's just, you know, that's clearly a time. Maybe 18th of October, 1940? I see an O and a K. I mean, that's not a good way to figure that stuff out, but... This is Madam, my doll. Even though she is a bit of a meanie, I still love her. Yeah, she's a bit of a jerk, but... Okay, and then we made it to this. Ah, but then there's more past. These candies were so yummy. Chocolates. I can still remember it. Yeah. Alright. So that's my journal.
Теперь надо браться за дело, иначе можем не успеть.
Alright. So how does this game save, I wonder? It probably saves after you do specific things. I'm imagining. So we now have our menu. I can open up like that. So now I can leave the room? Yes? I can leave the room now. Good. Okay, so we need to find another pencil. And my toys come with me, because of course they do. Yeah.
Неужели заперто? Если есть замок, значит, где-то должен быть ключ.
Okay. So I need to find the key to that. Uh-huh. Madam, do you have anything to say?
Я тут отдохнуть вообще-то пытаюсь. Не мешай.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. Fine.
Петя, да чего же славный малый?
Эх, папа, когда же ты к нам вернешься?
О, да здесь спрятан ключик.
Yeah, I thought so.
Осталось найти, что он открывает.
Okay, we will do that in just a moment. Anything else up here? Nondescript picture. Ooh. Hello to my dearest daughter Asya and my wife Katinka. I was very glad to get your last letter. I've reread it probably 200 times already. Asya, it was especially nice to receive your drawings. That's probably not a joke either. When you're specifically on the front lines in a war, you don't really have much else to do, so just rereading a letter from loved ones is probably, yeah, that's probably what they do. That's probably what they do. Asya, it was especially nice to receive your drawings. They're so wonderful. You must take after your mother to be so gifted. Please send me more. I miss you so much, my darlings, I can't describe it. Don't be discouraged, though. I'll be back soon, and you won't even remember that I left. What else is there to say? There isn't much news here. I'm feeling fine and getting by. Please don't be upset with me. I've been writing to you less often because there's simply no paper here. That's how it is. Say hello to everyone for me. Goodbye for now. Lots and lots of hugs and kisses. Your father, Petya.
Да, давно это было. Надеюсь, мама не обижается на папу, что к ее дню рождения письмо не пришло.
Да брось ты, мама все понимает. Где же на фронте бумагу достать?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the supply shortages on the front lines, especially in a war that can go on for a long time, are a very, very real thing. One more historical anecdote that I have, because I imagine the people watching this are probably interested in history, is, I believe it was the Austrians when they were specifically trying to invade, I think it was the Serbs in World War I in specifically a mountainous region in that area. They were so incredibly ill-equipped for the low temperatures because they were specifically invading in like winter, I believe, or just one of the colder seasons. And they were invading in the mountains. They were so ill-equipped. They had cardboard soles for their shoes. Cardboard soles. It was either the Austrians or the Germans. I don't think it was the Italians, although the Italians would... Well, no, because the Italians were on the side... No, it could have been the Italians, actually, because it was the Italians, the Austrian-Hungarians, and the Germans that would have been attacking, like, Serbia and stuff during this time period. So, it was one of those groups, and I think it was the Austrian-Hungarians under Army Chief of Staff Hotzendorf. So, yeah. That's my little history thing. I will attempt to connect with this media as much as I can from the perspective of World War I specifically and the parallels that I can draw from that, because don't have a lot to draw from on World War II.
Свет мой зеркальце.
Ты, конечно же. Давай к нашим делам вернемся.
Yeah, is me.
Бери все, что может пригодиться для починки нашего шерстяного друга.
Okay, definitely need a thimble. Buttons for sure. And thread. And I need a needle. Take. Okay, that should be all I need from there. But yeah, it's specifically just the shocking idea of people going in like freezing temperatures, sometimes like sub-zero, in cardboard shoes. So many people just froze while walking. While marching to where they needed to actually do battle, so many people would just freeze to death there because they were not equipped. Like cardboard soles on their shoes because they straight up didn't have, I believe it was the rubber to make other ones. So just one of those mind-boggling things. And the higher ups and stuff in war were forcing people to march in these conditions, like full well knowing that half of them were probably going to die just on the way there.
Давай, включим уже. 100 лет музыки не слышал. А ты помнишь, что мама любила слушать?
Если увижу обложку, сразу ту пластинку узнаю.
Где же она их держит?
If we see the cover, we would know. Okay. Yeah.
Так, ну теперь, когда все инструменты на месте, дело за малым. Ты, главное, не торопись. С чувством, с толком.
Uh-huh. And we're going to... I thought we were going to pull the needle over there, but it's not working. You can see I'm moving the hand and it's not... Maybe we do the thread. I mean, it makes more sense to... There, oh, okay, I just click it.
Помнишь,
I just
как
click it,
мама
okay.
учила?
I was thinking that I would specifically have to click it and drag it onto the thread, but other way? There we go. We gotta rewind the thread here. Now I'll try to get it on. There we go.
Считай, что половина дела сделана.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Click. Click.
Аккуратненько, не уколись.
Yeah. We had to do a little bit of this when I was in elementary school. We did a little bit of sewing and like crochet and stuff in some of my classes, which was always interesting. It's a very useful skill to have.
Уже и снова носить можно.
Yeah. Boom. Boom.
А может, оставим один? Будет как Кутузов.
No. General Kutuzov, one eye?
Теперь точно готов. Красавец, что сказать.
Yeah, got some eyes. My dad will be the talk of the bunker. Yeah.
Здравия желаю.
Comrade Mitten, yeah. My dad will be the talk of the trench, he will.
И тебе не хворать, дружище.
And at this point, specifically, it was at probably about the midway point, maybe later part of the midway point of World War I, where they actually found out the solution to trench foot. Specifically, basically, just that if you regularly clean your feet with like soap and water, trench foot doesn't happen as much. So trenches, they definitely figured out trench warfare in World War I to the point where it would be a little bit easier to do, I'm assuming, in World War II, because they had figured out a little bit more of the specifics of it. Because in World War I, specifically at any point, the soldiers may have been walking in like knee-deep bits of mud constantly. Like everywhere you go to the bathroom, knee-deep mud. You go to eat, knee-deep mud. You go to the front line, knee-deep mud. And that's how trench foot happens. And they were not washing themselves properly. So that's how trench foot happened. And then I think it was the British that specifically found out a way to deal with it first, although don't quote me on that.
Теперь ты мне в самый раз.
Еще бы, так меня затянуло. Теперь не отпущу тебя.
И хорошо, а то у меня всегда руки мерзнут.
There we go.
Чего
And I got new
брони
notes.
сорвалось? Меня испугались, что ли?
I don't think the crows are scared of you, Comrade Mitten. You're not that imposing. Alright, well, here we go. So, that's the first episode of Torn Away. Hopefully people are interested in this. I always like playing these types of games just to get an insight into another culture and another piece of history, basically, because I find these things incredibly exciting. I love historical games. That's why I was so in my element with Pentiment and was so incredibly into it. So, very, very excited to see some more of this. So, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.